Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you'll be listening to a hypnosis session that is designed to access the resources and the essence, the excellence, if you like, of perhaps what many people regard as the most competent or best, in inverted commas, hypnotherapist of all time, Milton H Erickson. And where this came from was I was working with a client that wanted additional confidence in their ability to be a hypnotherapist. They had a lot of academic training, but they wanted to feel more confident. And I said, are you familiar with the Circle of Excellence protocol? And if you're not familiar with the Circle of Excellence protocol, in essence, it is either going to a time in your life where you felt you had whatever resources are useful, or choosing a role model that you perceive to have those same resources and imagining this glowing circle beneath them. And then it's the classic element of disassociation, association, and then future pacing to integrate those resources into the context where it would be most useful. And initially the client did a version with me. I gave some feedback, and then I did my version of Circle of Excellence, but I chose Milton H Erickson as the role model hypnotherapist. So I did a quick Wikipedia look, and then saw, kind of where he was based around the time that he was at his prime. And I've read a lot of books with Milton H Erickson. I'm familiar with his particular voice and the mannerisms. I would say he's famous for two key things in the world of hypnotherapy. One is that he had a very, NLP had the meta model, which is based on precise language, and then there's the Milton model, which is based on this idea of things like ambiguities and creating confusion states and things like that. So one, I would say he had an interesting linguistic and use of language, but he was also very famous for using metaphors. And also you could add that he would set his students homework that would almost bring those metaphors to life. So a great example of a hypnotherapist, that was able to create positive change, but doing that linguistically. So in this session, you're going to imagine almost going back, seeing Milton H Erickson at his absolute prime. I believe most of his life he was in a wheelchair because he contracted polio at the age of about 17. So whether you see him standing or in a wheelchair doesn't really matter, but it's the essence of what he stands for in this glowing Circle of Excellence. I listened to, I think it was a podcast with Mike Mandel many years ago, and they talked about it's good to change that into almost a cylindrical, like a three-dimensional version of the Circle of Excellence. So you'll hear that in this hypnosis session, but effectively modeling and then integrating those resources of Milton Erickson, and then future pacing to a situation where that might be useful. If you're a hypnotherapist and you think that Milton Erickson was a good hypnotherapist, this might be helpful for you to feel more confident in using metaphors and being a bit more playful with how you do your hypnotherapy. If you're not, I would say, just replace Milton Erickson, if you're not a hypnotist, with someone that you consider to be very competent or excellent in the field that perhaps you are, and that could be sports or career related. And then just imagine them in that circle of excellence and still go through the whole protocol, but take it from that benefit rather than a hypnosis. So it's Circle of Excellence with a few alterations, and in this case applied to a hypnotherapist. If you are a hypnotherapist listening to this, and I haven't really talked about this for a while just because I've been so busy, but I do offer mentorship to hypnotherapists. I can do that mentorship based on hypnotherapeutic approaches. So if you want to feel more confident or learn how to do things like nested loops or embedded commands or integrate metaphors or storytelling language into your hypnosis sessions, by all means, the mentorship sessions could be used for that. But a lot of the previous people that I've mentored is more about business strategy. Unfortunately, and it is unfortunate, there are a lot of very talented hypnotherapists that could be making a lot more money in the world of hypnotherapy, but aren't, not because they're not great hypnotherapists, but because they don't have some of the business skills. And I was fortunate enough to have my first business when I was 15, to have my first business with staff in my early 20s, and to have effectively been self-employed my whole life. And because of that, it was possible for me to take the business and marketing background into hypnotherapy. And that certainly helped me to kind of establish my hypnosis practice and clinic. So again, that might be useful for you if you feel that I could help you become a better therapist or make more money in your hypnotherapy practice. For now, though, and if you are interested in that, just go to my website, adamcox.co.uk, and click the mentorship tab, and you'll be able to track me down there. For now, though, have a listen to this. If you can harness the skills and resources of Milton Erickson. So find a comfortable place, relax, and enjoy. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in a wonderful feeling of resourceful relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow a feeling of warm relaxation wash over you from your top of your head all the way down to your toes, going over your eyelids. With your eyes closed, you can listen to the sound of my voice and feel like you're slipping into a comfortable feeling, much like slipping into comfortable clothes. As you breathe in and breathe out, release that tension, enabling you to feel deeper and deeper relaxed. That this resourceful feeling is going in, and any tension or worries are leaving your body. And that's it, deeper and deeper relaxed. And I want you to imagine, as you breathe in and breathe all the way out, deeper and deeper, that you are going back in time. I want you to imagine there you are, going all the way, perhaps back to a therapy room maybe 40 or 50 years ago. I want you to imagine there is a man that perhaps seems wise, seems knowledgeable, but equally, maybe there's things about him that make him seem different. I want you to get a sense that you're observing a man, perhaps, maybe in a wheelchair, certainly limited in movement, want you to get a sense that this is a person who has spent a long time helping other people. A person that has come through adversity, come through challenges, physical, educationally. I want you to imagine this person almost died at the age of 17, but got through that and found a passion in helping people to make positive changes in their life. But I want you to see this person, maybe in a wheelchair, under a glowing circle of bright yellow light, almost like a spotlight, but glowing under this particular person. And I want you to imagine this is a person that many people would regard as being the world's best hypnotherapist. And I want you to imagine seeing the way this person breathes, seeing the way they move. I want you to get a sense that this glowing yellow light is now turning from a two-dimensional circle into a cylinder, a beam of light going from the floor all the way up to the ceiling, bathing this individual in glowing yellow light. And I want you to shift perspectives and imagine you are now inside this individual. You are inside the body of the world's best ever hypnotherapist. And I want you to feel that you have an instinct to figure out intuitive strategies to help people. That you have a bank account of thousands of metaphors that intuitively seem to come to mind whenever you need them most. I want you to imagine that you breathe in and breathe out in a calm, relaxed way. That you have a deep belief system that you can help those people in front of you. That almost it's your calling. This is what you're meant to do. That your language is filled with ambiguities, double meanings, things that create states of confusion, uncertainty, knowing that you can harness that confusion and uncertainty to create new neural pathways of positive change. That you can tell a story, weaving in language, knowing that the person you're working with will map their reality to your story. So a simple story can facilitate profound, powerful change. And I want you to feel how wonderful it is to know that you have that skill, that ability, that inner belief that you have the ability to help. Activate all of those feelings within you and notice how you're breathing, how you're feeling, any inner dialogue at this particular moment, but also imagine this beam of light from the floor to the ceiling, bright glowing yellow surrounding you, bathing you in this beam of excellence. And then I want you to imagine thinking of the place where you work, seeing yourself just about to work with a client in need. And then I want you to imagine there's just a glowing yellow circle underneath that version of you. And the circle becomes three-dimensional, a beam of energy. And I want you to see that version of you shift their posture. See them with a growing sense of confidence. See them unlocking incredible metaphors, storytelling ability, the ability to relax and build rapport rapidly. See them unlocking a portal into the infinite resources within them. And when you're confident that version of you is harnessing a way of thinking, of being, that the very best hypnotherapist that's ever lived would experience, just let me know by nodding your head. And then step into that version of you, seeing perhaps a client in front of you through your own eyes, but feeling that your skills, your competency, your ability to use language, to notice things, to build rapport, to change old thinking patterns to new ways of thinking, to create sufficient confusion, to utilize the right linguistic patterns in the right way, to create a magical experience for the clients that you're working with. And just feel that glowing beam of yellow energy is resonating with your cells to activate the very best, most competent version of you. And feel what it would feel like to be working with a client where the words just come. The ideas for metaphors flow. Storytelling is just an engaging part of what you do. And when you tell these stories, you know the client is making images and stories in their own mind, mapping their reality to your stories, and changes in your stories creates profound, powerful changes in their reality. Imagine you've helped that client and you feel a wave of pride, accomplishment, but deep fulfillment at having this gift of enabling people to make powerful, positive changes in their life. Feel how good that feeling feels, and know that whenever you imagine this yellow beam, whenever you breathe this way, have this feeling, connect with the idea of making a powerful difference with someone else. All of these resources will intuitively and immediately connect back instantaneously, feeling that you're getting better and better and better with every client that you work with every experience you experience, with every story you hear. And you will open up your mind to noticing powerful new metaphors, seeking inspiration in every area of your life that can help future clients. Tap into that wonderful feeling. Hold on to that, knowing you can access it whenever you want, and then return to the present in this moment, accepting that this was just a short journey in your imagination back in time, seeing the future, unlocking powerful resources, but all of it were just thoughts within thoughts, ideas within ideas, dreams within dreams that have activated powerful, useful resources within you. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, connecting with you in the present as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.